Hey everybody, welcome to another video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Juan Lombana and I am the founder of the Agent Wealth Farm here at eXp Realty. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that most people don't pay attention, and that's habits, okay? What are the habits that you need to introduce into your life and into your business to be able to succeed in your real estate business? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 habits that you should implement into your business to help you double your income in the next 12 months, all right? So let's get started with the video. Okay, everybody, before we get started with the training, what I want you to do is just hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell notification, because I'm putting brand new videos every single week here in the channel that's going to help you not only grow your real estate business, but create generational wealth, okay? Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's start with the 5 habits that will double your income as a real estate agent in the next 12 months, okay? Now, first of all, time is the most valuable asset that you have as a business owner, okay? Everybody has the same 24 hours a day, so we have to make sure that we're protecting our time and we're making sure that we're using as much of that time that we have available as possible, okay? So the 5 habits are going to be somehow related to saving time, creating more time for ourselves. Number 1, which is get enough sleep. Now this one here, most people don't really think about it too much. They just kind of go to bed whenever, they wake up whenever, right? So they're not really getting enough sleep. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of the people are not getting enough sleep. Now, the effects of the lack of sleep are, first of all, it's going to decrease our concentration, of course. Second, is going to decrease our working memory. And third, is going to decrease our logical reasoning. So as you can see, these are very important parts that we need if we want to be focused and, of course, if we want to grow our business. Now, in my opinion, we need around 7 to 9 hours per night. And this is just my opinion. I tried sleeping 10 hours, 12 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, and I think that the happy medium is between 7 and 9 hours per night. Now, you might be saying, well, Juan, I can't sleep 7 to 9 hours. I have kids, I have to work late, you know, all this other stuff, and I completely get it. I also have kids, I also have to work. Again, I'm a realtor, so I know exactly what you're going through, but how I see it is like this, okay? It's not about when you wake up, but when you go to bed, okay? Most people will focus on, well, I have to wake up at 4 in the morning, so I don't have enough time to sleep. I have to wake up at 6 in the morning. That doesn't give me enough hours of sleep. So instead of focusing on the time that you have to wake up, you have to focus on the time that you will go to bed so you can have the 7 to 9 hours of sleep, okay? It's a super simple way to switch your thinking. So instead of saying, hey, I have to wake up at 6 in the morning, all you have to do is do the math backwards, right? What time do you have to go to bed to be able to sleep at least the 7 hours a night, okay? And that's the time that you go to bed, okay? Doesn't really matter what's happening. That's what you're trying to change in your life, okay? If you do that, you're going to have enough sleep, which means that you're going to be more productive the day later. Habit number 2 is prepare the night before. Now, this is something that I've been doing for years and years, but what usually happens is I always plan my next day the night before. And by doing that, it gives me more clarity because I have actually more time to figure out what needs to be done the next day. I can pick my tasks better. And of course, I'm not going to be wasting any time in the morning trying to figure out what needs to be done that day. Okay, habit number 3 is limit your daily tasks. Now, most realtors want to do as many things as possible during the day, when in reality, you don't need to do that much. Now, what I do is I keep my tasks for the day no more than 3 tasks per day, okay? So whenever I'm setting up what I have to do the next day, I only choose 3 things that I have to do the following day. And that's a mistake that I see a lot of people make. I have to do this, and there's like 15 things to do. Of course, you're never gonna have them done. So what I do is I only choose the top 3 things that I have to do and that are going to be moving my business forward towards my goals. Okay? So which tasks will have a greatest impact reaching your goals, just like I talked to you guys about. And when it comes down to how do I figure out what are those tasks, okay? Because that's probably the question that you're getting. So the most important task is probably the most uncomfortable, or the one that's going, like, that you keep procrastinating to do, okay? I usually call it the 3 a.m. thought. Okay, so maybe you're sleeping and in the middle of the night you wake up and you're thinking about something either that you didn't do or you should have done but you didn't do, okay? And that's the stuff, that's the task that should be in those top 3 things that you should be doing tomorrow. So if something's keeping you up at night, or if it keeps coming back to your mind a lot of times during the day, that's something that you should be taking care of on those tasks. Now, habit number 4, eliminate all the distractions, all the stuff that's going to slow you down reaching your goal, okay? Because the more focused you are, the more productive you're going to be. So for example, social media, if you have a bunch of apps on your phone and you're checking Facebook and Instagram or whatever, make sure that you turn those off, because it's not going to help you reach your goals. Second, your phone. I know we're realtors, we're expecting calls and all that stuff, but whenever you're focusing on something, make sure that you turn off the phone, put it on silent, take it out of the room. Again, do whatever it takes so you're not getting distracted by phone calls, by texts that they can probably wait an extra 20 minutes, okay? So they don't have to be done right away. Email. Again, I see a lot of people have their email notifications out loud, so whenever you get an email, you can hear it. Again, turn those off. Make sure that you choose a time to check your emails on a daily basis. I usually do it in the morning, as soon as I get to my office, midday at lunch, right before I go to lunch, and then before I finish my work of the day, okay? So I only check my email 3 times a day, and of course, whoever is emailing me, they know that they will be responded on one of those times in which I check my emails, okay? And of course, if you have kids, and I understand I do have a couple of kids, and right now they're on a summer break, so you have to do the best, okay? Maybe a babysitter, maybe get your parents, your husband, again, a nanny to look after them if it's possible. And if it's not possible, again, we have to be a little bit better with our time, so we have a time to play with our kids, and then we can say, hey, I'm gonna be busy for the next 20 minutes, go and play by yourself, and then that's where you focus on what needs to be done, okay? And then of course, co-workers. This one here usually happens if you're working at a brokerage in which there's a lot of realtors working in the same brokerage, and they have like open seating or a lot of computers so anybody can use it. Make sure that, again, I usually put my headphones if I'm working around other realtors so they understand that I'm busy and I cannot talk, because if I don't have my headphones, they think that I'm just there to talk to people when in reality I'm trying to accomplish something. Okay, so again, make sure that you eliminate your distractions, and I guarantee you by doing this, you're going to be moving forward way faster. Okay, now let's talk about some of the stuff that I do that might help you eliminate the distractions. So first of all, this is kind of one of my favorite tactics that I use, and it's to book short blocks of time. Okay, so whenever I start work, I see what I have to do for the day, and I actually break those tasks into 25 to 30 minute blocks of time. So what I do is, if I have to do something, I usually say, okay, doing this, it should take me about 1 block of 25 minutes or 2 blocks of 25 minutes or 3 blocks of 25 minutes or 4 blocks of 25 minutes. So I usually decide how long should I be spending in each task by increments of 25-minute blocks, okay? Why 25 minutes? Because I can focus a lot in 25 minutes. If I say, well, I'm gonna work this in 3 hours or 4 hours, I kind of lose concentration. So I found that 25-minute blocks are long enough to have something done and move forward, but it's not too long that I'm gonna start to get distracted by other stuff, okay? So I keep it to 25 minutes, and then what I do is I have a short break between those work blocks, okay? So I usually do 25 minutes and then 5 to 10 minute break. This is the time where I go for coffee, grab a coffee, talk to somebody. Sometimes I check an email if I'm expecting a very important email or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is do not get distracted during those small blocks, okay? Focus 100% on it, and then of course during the break, that's when you can have some flexibility of your time, and then you get back to it. Okay, lastly, I like to race against time because I'm actually putting 25-minute blocks. What I do is I pick something that needs to be done for 25 minutes, and during those 25 minutes, I try to finish my little goal, my little 25-minute goal. Okay, so I'm actually racing against time, and I find it that doing it this way, I'm going to stay very focused, and I'm not going to be wasting time because my goal is to finish this much work in this much time. Okay, so hopefully these are tips that can help you be more productive. And like I said, if you turn this into a habit, you're gonna have so much done in your workday. I guarantee it. Okay, now habit number 5 is to stay consistent, guys. I know a lot of us, including myself, we like to do something and then switch to another thing. If somebody says you should be doing YouTube, you do YouTube, and then somebody says, hey, you should be door knocking, then you go door knocking, and then like a month later you switch to cold calling, and then a month later you do Facebook. What you have to do is pick something that is going to get you to your goal, because remember, there's not only one thing that's going to get you to your goal. There's different paths that can get you to your goal, okay? There's not one right thing to do to get to your goal. The wrong thing to do is to choose all the paths to get you there, because you're never going to get there, okay? So once you figure out how you're going to get to your goal, either by YouTube, by Facebook, by door knocking, again, it doesn't really matter. Make sure that you stick to it and you stay consistent, and of course, do not change paths, okay? Because if you keep changing paths, you're never going to get to that goal, okay? Now, second, play the long game. I know that there is some stuff that is going to get results immediately, but most of the stuff, most of the success is playing the long game. For example, the most successful agents in the industry are working through word of mouth and referrals. Guess what? To build a business out of referrals takes a long time, because first they have to sell out of homes, and then those people have to refer somebody. So it's not something that happens within a month or two. It might take 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But if somebody's focusing on referrals, that's something that they're focusing on all the time, okay? So again, just like they do it, make sure that whatever you're doing, play the long game, because if you do something for a short period of time, it's not going to work as well as if you're playing the long game. Lastly, this one here is, it's so simple, but you gotta do the boring work, okay? What do I mean by that? People are always looking for that magic pill, that latest thing that's going to turn your business 180 degrees. When in reality, the things that work and the things that are actually going to grow your business are the boring things. What am I talking about? Following up with your clients. That's a boring thing, and you probably know that, but you gotta keep doing the boring things. Once you do the boring things, that's when you start to see your business grow, okay? So, some examples of boring things: follow up with people, get your face out there, talk to a lot of people, network with other realtors. Again, these are the things that are boring to do. They're not fancy, but they work, okay? So don't change paths, play the long game, and make sure that you do and keep doing the boring work, okay? There you have it, guys. Hopefully this video gave you lots of value. Now, if you have any comments, concerns, maybe you have other habits that you implement in your business and would like to share, I would love to hear that. So make sure that you comment below. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click the button below, because like I said, I'm putting brand new videos every single week that will help you grow your business and of course create some generational wealth. All right, so again, thanks, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.